Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Yaki. I am an artist here on YouTube and I teach you how to make rad stuff. And today's video is going to be how I turned this into this. So stay tuned to see how I did it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're gonna do some screen printing at our house. So excited to do this video. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I just finally one day was like, I'm just gonna go and do it. I'm just gonna go get the cheap kit that I can at the art supply store that's not gonna take up a lot of space and that I can do in one day. So what kit did I get? This is the kit that I got from my local art supply store. It is the Speedball Essentials Toolkit. What's nice about this one compared to some of the other ones is that you can both draw on your image onto the screen if you wanted to, or you can do like what I did and use a transparency to block out what image you want to print on. And what's also super cool about this one is that you can use it on paper or on fabric. So this is a kit that I got. I'll put a link down in the description below of where you can find it too. And I had a great time using it. Whenever you are developing screens, the main point that you need to remember in your head, especially whenever you're making your design, is that the screen is going to be solid except for where you put your either the ink that you're going to draw on with or a transparency, and that's what's going to go through. Sorry, that's what's going to not go through. So for this screen that I made, so cool, right? I love it. I used a transparency that I drew on. I put that on the screen, and you can see here that everything else, where all of this is called photo emulsion, all of that stuff stayed on the screen except where this image was. So that's the very simple principle of what's going on whenever you make a screen. So my hiccup that I ran into was whenever I was trying to make this part, the part that's going to block the light that's coming through that hardens the photo emulsion on the screen, is that I tried to do it the way that the instructions said and just print it out on a transparency, and this is what I got. See? You can't see the image like at all. It's there, but all of the light would go through it and thus the entire screen would harden, not leaving me with the blank area that you need to push the ink through. I wasn't about to go out and spend $200 on a circuit or $200 on a new inkjet printer, and I was thinking, what do we have around the house that we can use that will block the light coming through on a transparency to make our image on our screen? And I thought, we're gonna use a Posca marker. Of course we're gonna use a Posca marker. And to my surprise, it worked absolutely fine. It worked super well, and this is how I did that. So let's cut to some overhead shots of me making that. I've never done screen printing this way before, so this is all new to me. I thought I was just gonna make a block print and do it that way, but I realized that's gonna be a little more difficult than just buying the kit and, you know, just going for it. So I picked up one of the Speedball screen printing kits from my local art store. It actually wasn't that expensive. It was like $50, but it came with a screen and all of the stuff you need to do the photo emulsion. It even came with a couple inks too, which is pretty cool. What's kind of nice about drawing this on too myself is that any bits that I didn't like from Photoshop, I can just go ahead and correct here. right, now that we have our transparency made with the image on it that we want, comes the part that I forgot to film, so I'm just gonna talk you through it. All right, so once you have your screen that is hardened your screen that is set from the instructions that come in the booklet, or to put it simply, photo emulsion mixture goes on the screen. You let it sit in a dark place for at least 4 hours. I put it inside of my oven with a little towel over the front, and it worked perfectly fine. You could also put it in like your closet or just any dark area that you have in your house. You could put it in a black trash bag as well. You just basically need to block it from like UV, because that's what's gonna set the photo emulsion. So don't put it outside because it's just gonna harden it. And that's what you need to make your image on your screen. So after you have let your screen with the photo emulsion, that's hard to say, photo emulsion, set for 4 hours, then you can take your little transparency that you made. You'll go ahead and you will set it, I'll just show you on this side. You'll set it on your screen, and then you're gonna need a light that's gonna shine onto your screen with your image on it for about like 8 to 10 minutes. It depends on the size of your screen. You can look it up online or look in that kit. It will have directions on how long you need to let that light set. I didn't purchase the light bulb at the hardware store because I was like, I can do with something in my house probably. And luckily I had a light that I use for gardening to grow like seedlings and stuff, and that light worked perfectly fine. It let off enough watts, and like I said before, the biggest thing that you want is for the UV is what's going to set this green stuff on the screen and allow you to reuse this screen with ink on it. So you have your screen, you have your image, you have your light that's shining on it for like 8 to 10 minutes about. And then what you're gonna do is that this part that's white now is gonna look really faint. It's gonna look like a lighter version of this, right? And you're gonna take it and you can either use your sink, your shower. I use my shower. Be careful when you're doing it outside because this stuff could be toxic to animals. So I used my shower and I just hosed it off, and it took a little bit of time. Don't be scared. And I used my hand a little bit too to kind of like help get the ink off. And eventually it all washed away and left with this see-through part of the screen, which is super cool, right? Oh man, when this came out, I was cheesing like harder than this because it was so rewarding to see something that you made is now on something else, and it's a reusable screen that you can print a bunch of stuff with it. So I thought that it was really cool. I highly suggest doing it, and even if it's just like you and your friends or you and your partner want to have like a fun like date night idea, this is something that was really cool to do. So once you got that all washed out, you're gonna let it sit and dry for a little bit because it's gonna be super wet. And then the next step is that I use some painter's tape, and I blocked off the inside edge, and there was a couple of spots around the image that had not set, so I just used some more painter's tape too because I didn't want to have like a box line around my image. So in a nutshell, that's how you make a screen, and it's really cool and I love it, and it was a really cool fun process. And let's get to me printing some shirts. This is what I made, so let's go check that out. All right, and we're back. So this is a shirt that I bleach dyed earlier today I'm gonna put some more ink down. Make sure I get it all the way to the edge so I don't miss out on those little bits. Alright. I'm also going to clean this off. Because I need to use the other side of it now. So for these, they have two sides on them. There's one and it says graphic, so that's used for like prints. And then the other side says fabric, so that would be used for shirts. And the difference is the graphic one's a little bit harder, while the fabric one's a little bit softer. So the fabric one can actually like push the ink into the paper. I swear I can't make anything without there being dog hair in it. Alright, here goes nothing. So, alright, I think I have this lined up where I want it to be. Just right there. Alright, let's do it. Let's print a shirt. Alright, I can already see that there is trouble. It's okay. Let's just put some more ink down, because that soaked up like all of that ink. I don't know if this is the right way or not, just kind of going for it. I'm sorry if you are a master printmaker and I am just totally disgracing everything that you stand for. I just wanted to pack the ink in. Alright, what do we think it's gonna look like? It's so satisfying, isn't it? Alright. So, voila! That's what it looks like. So I got some double imaging here. That's probably just because I did so many passes towards the bottom. But it turned out pretty cool. For my first try at it, I'm pretty happy with it. And here's what we're left with. Do a little model. Is it perfect? No. Did I do okay for my first try? Yes. I'm super happy with the way that it turned out. It's pretty cool. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to do screen printing at your house now? I'll leave a link in the description below of all the stuff that I used today and where you can pick it up. Wasn't that super fun to watch whenever you're pulling the screen up off of the shirt and the images there? For sure, I have some learning curves. There are things that I would do differently, like not running the ink back and forth, because I think that made for that fuzzy edge and also like the double image a couple times on there, but you know, it's all part of the learning process. Next time, I'll make another screen and it'll be just like a little bit better. Time after that, it'll be a little bit better, and eventually I'll get good at it. And that's why I love art and crafts, I guess. It's just rewarding. It's fun. You get to make something with your hands, and you also get to share that with other people, which is super cool. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you being here. I hope that you learned something. Let me know if you guys get the kit too and you make something. Tag me in it. I would love to see it. And don't forget, you can check me out on my website, Iamtheyaki.com, where I have prints, stickers, shirts, and original art sometimes if you're lucky enough to grab one. And then also Iamtheyaki.art on social media. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys had a nice time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!